Hello to our graduating students, dearest families, esteemed professors, friends, and communities. Welcome to Filipino American Collegiate Endeavor 2021 FilGrad. My name is Roland Theo Capulong, a part of San Francisco State University's class of 2019, an honored alumnus of Filipino American Collegiate Endeavor, and a proud sister of Kappa Psi Epsilon.
And my name is Justin Caldenicio, part of SFSU's class of 2020, a grateful alumnus of Filipino American Collegiate Endeavor, and a humbled brother of Chi Rho Omicron. And we are your host for this year's FilGrad. This annual ceremony highlights Filipina, Filipinx, and Filipino graduates, and celebrates the accomplishments of graduating from the university.
This year's theme is Pieces of Persistence.
This year has made us feel scattered, and we are picking it up piece by piece. The pieces represent our experiences, communities, and relationships that have been with us for the past 3 to 4 plus years, especially during this pandemic.
We give a piece of this persistence to the things that we stand for and are passionate about. As we graduate, we reflect on the pieces that have helped shape us into who we are today and want to become.
With that being said, we are both excited and honored to be here today to host this virtual graduation that wouldn't be possible without the 2021 FilGrad Board.
To start off this event-filled program, performing the Star-Spangled Banner is a 22-year-old student musical theater actor. One highlight of their 2020 experience was being introduced to PACE through Filipinx Culture Night 48 and the Kuya Ate program. After a successful run with PCN 49 and meeting a lot of wonderful and talented beings, it's truly their honor to congratulate the graduates with the U.S. National Anthem. Performing the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Nathan Bellara.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Next, we have an incoming third year cell and molecular biology major. They were an active member for the Filipino American Collegiate Endeavor as a spring 2021 intern and was the voice actor for Bathala for Filipinx Cultural Night 49, Liwanag ng Bukas. Singing Lupang Hinirang, please welcome Joseph Umali.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pagmay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you, Nathan and Joseph, for starting off our program. We want to point out that all that you're going to be seeing here today, from the performances to the planning and execution, are all student-ran.
Now, we will be moving on to the recognition of faculty, beginning with Kimberly Acebo Arteche,
Michael Arcega,
Efren A. Bose,
Mary Grace Burns,
Dr. Arlene Dawes Magbual,
Dr. Kat de Guzman,
Irene Faye Dueller,
Dr. Valerie Francisco Menchavez,
Eugene Gumbel,
Daniel Gonzalez,
Dr. Dale Dagar Maglalang,
Dr. Eric Bito,
Dr. Rowena Robles,
Dr. Maricel Guiao Santos,
Raymond San Diego,
Dr. Shalene Pareñas Shimizu,
Dr. Allison Tintianco Cubales,
Ruby N. Turalba.
Thank you to our faculty. We appreciate your constant work and dedication for the students of San Francisco State.
We would now like to bring attention to Pinoy Pinay Educational Partnership San Francisco, also known as PEP. This year's FilGrad board decided to donate 100% of the funds to PEP to emphasize the importance of academia and the work of our community for the younger generation. Check out this next video on what PEP is and why you should donate.
My name is Regile Baltazar, and I am a teacher and coordinator at Longfellow Elementary School under PEP. Congratulations to the class of 2021 for graduating this year. I joined PEP because of my belief that ethnic studies saved my life, and the fight for ethnic studies should continue so that we may help save the lives of others. PEP for me is a home that has nurtured my growth and has helped me become a better teacher, mentor, healer. PEP is a place of warmth and comfort for me, and has helped me overall become a better person. And so I believe that you should donate to PEP to continue to help build and grow our home that is PEP for many generations to come.
For me, I think with PEP, it means a lot of hope for the future. At least for me, when I think of PEP, whenever I'm feeling down or, heavy with the weight of the world, I know there's spaces like PEP that are out there doing great work. And I think the reason why I joined PEP is because I've been falling into the educator route, and I'm in love with working with youth and being able to educate with an ethnic studies lens. And I would definitely suggest that people donate to PEP because money is going to a great cause with amazing teachers and directors that are working so hard with our students each day.
Just being able to collaborate with a lot of different teachers to see new ways we can, hopefully rethink the curriculum. And through that, I've met some amazing people that kind of changed my perspective on how, education should be looked at. People should donate to PEP because PEP is doing some amazing work for the next generation. Really taking care of the next generation and for people that look like me, people of color. and different backgrounds. We are laying groundwork for ethnic studies and teaching a lot. I have seen and got to experience some amazing work from people I've had to witness different workshops from, learn different lessons from, and even being a part of certain lessons and just a lot of teaching. So, being able to support PEP is really just doing your best to support the community and the future. And I think that PEP does amazing work, and I want to see PEP thrive for as long as possible. Thank you.
Hi, how's it going, everyone? It's Kuya, and I'm here to talk about my PEP experience. PEP to me is a family, it's a community, it's a place where people of Filipino identity come together and just learn about our history. I joined PEP because I didn't have this opportunity growing up. I wish I was able to learn about my Filipino history as early as elementary school. Shout out Longfellow. In PEP, I've met so many talented, smart people. You just get to know a variety of people and their backgrounds and how they express themselves to be Filipino Americans. And you should donate to PEP because we're doing this work for the future leaders of this country. We teach K through 12, sometimes college, but those essentially is those kids, those youth are the future generations, and we do this for them. Like I said, I wish I had this opportunity when I was in elementary school because it's so cool to learn about yourself.
PEP means a lot to me because of the work they do for the communities they teach in. From teaching about your Filipino identity or learning about the history that you don't see in textbooks. This is something I learned when I was a PEP student back in my freshman year of high school at Balboa. The PEP teachers I had at that time, they were always there for me, being able to talk to them or providing snacks when we didn't eat breakfast in the morning. I always wanted to be like my PEP teachers back then. Where I am at now as a PEP teacher at Balboa High School, I feel like everything has come full circle for me. And it's been like a big trip ever since then because I feel like I'm doing the same thing that my Balboa PEP teachers have been able to do for me back then. If you have the capacity to give back to like how my PEP teachers gave back to me and my class, we would really appreciate if you can donate anything you can. So feel free to hit up PEP on their social media websites or anything like that. And yeah, thank you.
Huge thank you to PEP and all that you do for the community. If you're interested in donating to the educational program, you can Venmo FilGrad at SFSU FilGrad with a description titled PEP Donation, or go to www.pepsf.org where you can donate through PayPal, debit, and or credit. And if you entered in one of our Equal Opportunity Program prizes, be sure to stay on to see if you've won.
Introducing our first student speaker is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Visual Communication Design. They are an aspiring graphic designer who is proud to be Filipinx. As someone who is also queer, they are very proud of who they are. They were a former member of the League of Filipino Students and one of the Filipino American Collegiate Endeavor's Fall 2020 interns. Everyone, please welcome me in introducing our first student speaker, Francis Salonga Pizarro.
Pieces of persistence means to me defying the odds and breaking down the barriers. We ignore the doubt from ourselves and other people from achieving success, and we show our strength in our persistence. I myself am a living example of that because I have been told that I would not even make it to the 4th grade and that I would just be another failure. However, I pushed through all the negativity and grew so much stronger against that, and eventually I made it to this point giving my graduation speech. From my experience, I had to let go of all those voices holding me back and continue to strive and put in the hard work to achieve such a major milestone that some really doubted that I could reach. If I had not persisted, I would not even be on this platform because that fortitude is what makes a huge impact on someone's life And that is exactly how I got to where I am today. As graduates, we persist by showing what we are capable of, despite the outside voices telling us that we cannot succeed. Even by pushing against societal norms and being authentic to who we are showing our strength in our own sense of persistence. Our existence is a form of persistence because we show up every day knowing that what we're going to do is going to make great change, regardless of those who doubt us. In our Philem community, we persist by negating those negative stereotypes of what we're expected to be, and instead we redefine who we are on our own terms, on our own agency. We persist by showing what being a Philem is, and that is we are a force to be reckoned with. And our strength and our resilience can move mountains far beyond. The persistence that we have to defy those expectations and be authentic to who we are is an integral part of our identity. I implore everyone to persist moving forward. You can achieve your dreams by giving it your all. You can present yourself the way you want to, regardless of your identity. You can fight the imperialist systems for our Kasamas back home. You can defy gravity, because all it takes is a piece of persistence to achieve your best. Because nothing can take away that power that is in you. I truly wish everyone all the best moving forward. So keep persisting, because that is what truly makes the world move forward. Thank you, and good luck.
Francis, your experience is one of a kind, and thank you for sharing your experience with us.
Our first performer is a queer, Frisco-raised, multidisciplinary artist and student organizer for the League of Filipino Students at San Francisco State University. Their spoken word and film work are deeply influenced by their lived experiences with the displacement in the Mission District. Reciting their own poem, please welcome Nicole Rivera.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicole. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. When I was first asked to write a spoken word poem in the theme of pieces of persistence, I couldn't help but think back to the beginning in my time in college. It was fall 2016 and I was 18 years old. I remember walking into campus for an orientation with a bag full of clothes, not enough money to secure housing, and some idea that I wanted freedom. And yeah, I was houseless. I remember the insecurity that I didn't want people to know or see my dirty clothes in my bags when I was on campus. I also knew that I wanted to live. So shout out to all the people who looked out for me, Kasamas, mentors, and family, all the way from Oakland to Redwood City. I have hella love for you all. This poem is dedicated to those in similar positions when they also started college. My feet stay, but the pulse sways, never lays grays in my vision, okay. It's okay, I tell myself. Don't go running too far or the earth will come cracking wide open. For 18 years, true lies, false truth. I've grown up in the heart and pain of La Mission, a place where love and hate coexisted in its purest form. So innocent, so delicate that my anxiety swelled in my mother's uterus. Displaced, disfigured, always feeling lost. Where is my people? There was no response. Hopping couch to couch, identity to identity. This is what it was, how I was meant to live, survive from the enemy. College is supposed to be a place to find our purpose, but often leaving us exhausted, exploited, and delirious. That's what we're taught, isn't it? That our parents' hard-earned labor was to get us here. A notion so false with a hidden strategy that college would relieve this immigrant and working class fantasy. But whose dream is it really? To keep us indebted and separate from the real issue, white supremacy. As a Filipino in diaspora, we must continue our revolutionary history. Our persistence will not stop in this academic university. The confusion and crisis you feel right now is a symptom of a system that we all live under, U.S. capitalism. That is why we must continue to resist, even beyond this graduation, to actively link our struggles with our family in the homeland. May you all pursue your paths and dreams as the fight for liberation of workers continues internationally. From Palestine to the Philippines, stop the U.S. war machine. Maki baka, huwag matakot. Thank you.
Nicole, we admire your spoken word and we all appreciate you for sharing it with us today.
Now, our next student speaker is a first-generation college student who has received her Bachelor of Science in Health Education from San Francisco State in 2014. She returned in 2019 to pursue her Master of Public Health with a concentration in Community Health Education. She actively supports the work of changemakers in many communities across the San Francisco Bay Area. Through her roles such as a youth development professional, grant writer, event planner, health educator, student, and volunteer. Please welcome Erica Dugay.
Thank you, FilGrad Board, for inviting me to speak today. Hello, everyone. My name is Erica Dugay, and I'm happy to join you all from the Indigenous Territory of Ohlone, also known as Oakland. I am a first-generation college student, older sister, lifelong learner, and a person that generally does not like the spotlight. So when FilGrad asked me to speak, I felt like my parents asked me to go entertain and dance in front of my aunties and uncles at a family party. If you know, you know. All jokes aside, what a milestone it is to be the second class to graduate in a pandemic. I still have a hard time describing this college journey because as much as I want to forget the trauma the pandemic has caused, there's so much that gave me and the community around us so much to live for. We have all been blessed, I guess, lack for a better word, with a very unique college experience. One that forced us to engage in lots of reflection, unlearning and learning, surviving and doing. So when I think about our theme, Pieces of Persistence, I first think about our parents, relatives, and ancestors who endured so much and worked tirelessly to get us to this day. I think about the essential workers, nurses, and caregivers who continue to work selflessly in caring for others. I think about the amount of effort and drive our teachers, instructors, and educators put in to ensure that nobody gets left behind. You are all role models on how persistence leads to resiliency. When I think about Pieces of Persistence, I think about the times and the people that made us laugh, cry, and feel in community with others within the four walls of our spaces. I think about how we show up for ourselves in practicing self-care and processing a lot of the major transitions we experienced. I think about the creative ways we show up for one another, especially when we respond in solidarity to social issues such as anti-Asian and anti-Black hate, and the many different ways inequity shows up in our communities. When I think about Pieces of Persistence, I think about the graduating class of 2021. And as we close this chapter of our lives and move into a post-pandemic world, I'm sure there's some level of anxiety around what our lives will look like next. Just know that you are not alone and that we need each other to move forward. If there's anything that I've learned from my master's program is that we benefit by being there for each other because we are made for community. Asking for help does not make us weak. It sparks growth and makes us real. And if there's one thing we need now more than ever, are real people to grow and do life with. So go on, get out there, and instead of trying to put together the pieces of what we've lost, let us move forward and unite as pieces of a greater community. Thank you, family, friends, colleagues, professors, and mentors for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Erica, for that wonderful speech. Before we introduce our keynote speaker, we'd like to remind you all that you can still donate to Binoy Pinay Educational Partnerships. Justin, what are the 2 ways you can donate?
Well, you can Venmo FilGrad at SFSU FilGrad with the description titled PEP Donation, or you can directly go to www.pepsf.org to donate with PayPal, debit, or credit. And one more thing, don't forget that if you entered in one of our Equal Opportunity Program prizes, be sure to stay on to see if you won.
Our distinguished keynote speaker for today is the Director of the Asian American and Pacific Islander Student Services at San Francisco State University. She leads the efforts on campus in building AAPI student services, including our Aspire faculty and student learning communities.
Bringing more than 15 years of experience working to support the academic success and social integration of Asian American and Pacific Islander students. She also serves as the Director of Leadership Development for PEP. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Dr. Arlene Daz Magbual.
Dear class of 2021, faculty, family, and friends, my name is Dr. Arlene Sudaria Daos Magbual, and I'm so honored to be your keynote speaker for this year's 2021 Filipinx graduation. Coming up with this speech was challenging for me considering the last 15 months that we have endured. As a Filipinx community, we have experienced high rates of COVID-19 because of the occupations we hold as essential workers, our pre-existing health conditions, and many of us living in multi-generational households. We have lost loved ones throughout the year, and we pushed through isolation and virtual schooling. To say this year was a hard one is an understatement. Pieces of persistence reminds me of how much we continued on with school, with finding moments of joy and trying new things. There are also pieces of us that felt dismembered and separated as we fought through to be whole again. I found rituals that grounded me with who I am and reminded me of those that helped me survive, which are many of you graduating today. To persist, a ritual I found myself doing often this year was atang. Atang, also known as a food offering, is a ritual for the dead in the northern Philippines. This is a way of remembering those that have passed, and I found myself making sweet rice with a hard-boiled egg, lighting candles and saying prayers for those that we have lost. As I practice this ritual of atang, I'm reminded of my grandmother and mother who always made a plate of food before we ate and offered it to the homemade altar. I began to reframe this ritual and created an acronym for ATANG, ATANG, acknowledging the transcendence of my ancestors with nature and gratitude. Atang is an offering not only for the dead, but for the living. We as a people, a community, have so much to offer. We have persisted through struggles and survived. We offer our mind, our body, our souls, our talents, our knowledge, our strengths to uplift ourselves, our family, our communities, and especially the world. As we move forward in this world, we have to acknowledge our ancestors, the love that they have poured into us, and remember that we have so much to offer in life. That is your atang. Pieces of joy that I found through this pandemic this year was collaborating with fellow Pinay mother scholars on an article called Raising Love in a Time of Lovelessness. My atang to you, graduating class of 2021, is my cuento on the people who sutured me back together when the whole world felt like it was falling apart. To be a Pinay mother scholar is motherland, mother's womb, mothering, it is home. Crisis mothering, a concept I'm trying to define as I mother through a global pandemic. Racism, xenophobia, state-sanctioned violence, and anti-terror laws that deem my activism, my organizing, scholarship, and advocacy as terrorism. All of this compounded with fear, grief, indignation, guilt, hopelessness, and uncertainty, I found myself yearning for home. My mind and body being pulled in so many directions to react and respond to the world that is constantly changing around me. My soul travels subconsciously through time and space to feel the comforts of places and people I call home. When I'm trying so hard to be a mother my children need me to be, I feel a void of my own mother who is 400 miles away, my grandmother who lives in our motherland of the Philippines, and the spirits of my Ilocano ancestors who transcend through my dreams. I'm searching for their wisdom, their resilience, their guidance, and their embrace to get through these sheltered days and smoke-filled nights. Being my mother's daughter, I learned that my mother's womb is my first home. As a teacher, my mother taught me lessons that saved my life. My mom would subu me with love and protection, along with the courage to stand up for myself. My mother unknowingly created sites of resistance, wherein I learned to critically question the root causes of the systemic and blatant racism we face as Filipinxes in America. The intergenerational trauma of my family members' experiences of migration as farm workers, military service people, teachers, and nurses, and my intersectional experiences of being a working class Pinay created new notions of self. I am a storied being. that embodies the narratives of colonialism that informs my decolonizing process of the present and the future. Becoming a mother is a journey that I take with my 2 children every day. My daughter Amiana means north in Ilocano. She symbolizes the experiences of the northern people of the Philippines and the North Star that navigates us towards hope and healing. Amianan continues to guide me as we survive through this pandemic as constant reminders of love and support. My son, Rason Nakam, is my purpose and soul consciousness. He continues to awaken the possibilities of mothering through this crisis. Home is my motherland, my mother's womb, my own womb, and a space we are reimagining as we enter a new world. I call on the courage of my ancestors to take risks, to recreate and rename this world we currently live in by creating a home that will help us heal from this trauma. It is also to summon their resilience, to regain the hopefulness in the struggle to survive through this whole pandemic, through racism, through xenophobia, through state-sanctioned violence. Crisis mothering calls on the notions of being and becoming a Pinay mother scholar, grounding myself in a place called home while raising love and revolution. It embodies the courage and the hope to transform the world through humanization of self and communities. Class of 2021, suture those pieces of the past, present, and future back together and continue to persist and offer the world your authentic self. I am sending you so much love and gratitude for the legacy you leave here at SF State. Be safe, be well, and I hope you celebrate lots. Ingat.
Thank you, Manang Arlene, for all your constant work in the community and all the love that you bring in different spaces.
Our next performer is a graduating senior with a major in broadcast and electronic communication arts and a minor in race and resistance studies. She looks back on her college career with joy, the highlights being her community involvement as a PACE intern and coordinator, as well as a health promotion and wellness ambassador and mental health intern. Singing Butterfly by Umi, everyone please welcome Jalen Casey Tabanero Ocampo.
Butterfly, butterfly, where you gonna go tonight? Wish I was just like you, maybe then you'll take me high. Away from it all again, away from my troubles and my sins, away from the fears inside, away from the tears I try to hide away. 'Cause I just wanna make you smile, but I know that'll take a while, 'cause I'm trying to find myself. I just wanna make you proud, but I think that I'm running out of time to figure it out. Butterfly, butterfly, take me on your wings and fly. Whoa, showers just like you, maybe then I'll see the light. And I could be free again, free from my troubles and my sins, free from the tears inside, and free from the fears I try to hide away. 'Cause I just wanna make you smile, but I think that'll take a while, 'cause I'm trying to find myself. Whoa, I just wanna make you proud, but I think that I'm running out of time to figure it out, to figure it out, ooh, out, ooh, out, ooh, out, to figure it out, out.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Thank you, Jalen, for that beautiful cover. It really represents what the graduates are going through right now.
From May 1st to June 1st, FilGrad has opened 3 Equal Opportunity Program prizes for you to win in our community. All proceeds will be going towards Pinoy Pinay educational partnerships. Each prize bundle includes the following.
Prize number 1, weekly undated forest green passion planner. I Am Home Candles Philippine Islands votive candle set. Malaya Botanical CBD infused hair care gift set.
Prize number 2 includes a Knock Vintage Jose Rizal t-shirt, Wounded Healing Arts earrings, and Grams SF tote bag.
Prize number 3, I Am Filipino and This Is How We Cook by Nicole Penseca and Miguel Trinidad. Gabriela Silang Children's Bayani book by Robin Kitana and Aaron Jurel Sarmiento. Brown Skin, White Minds, Filipino-American Post-Colonial Psychology by E.J.R. David.
And the winners are...
For Prize 1, Jalen Casey Ocampo. For Prize 2, Larissa Lazaro.
For Prize 3, Michelle Canete.
Congratulations to all our winners. We hope you enjoyed those prizes. FilGrad Board's Finance Coordinator will be in contact with you soon through Venmo. For those who didn't have the chance to enter into a prize, you could still directly donate to PEP. Thank you to PEP for everything you do for our community, the youth, students, educators, and the future of educational settings. PEP is definitely one piece of our community that we are grateful to have.
Before we recognize the class of 2021 for their accomplishments and endeavors, please enjoy this next video on what pieces of persistence means to them.
The communities that have played an important part in my college experience are my friends and family, the Asian American community, and Phi Sigma Sigma. I want to continue to show up for all of them because they all contributed to my growth and success. I show up for my community by volunteering or donating when I can, supporting local businesses, and taking the time to actually just show up and be there.
How I view myself, my healing, and my purpose has been shaped by my commitment to the League of Filipino Students at SFSU. Because of LFS, I'm able to see how my struggles are not separate from the struggles of my family and my community. I don't have plans yet after graduation, but I want to continue to use art from my film to spoken word to uplift my people, and to continue to mobilize to the streets with others who also want to throw down and struggle against U.S. imperialism.
Thank you to all of my professors, peers, and support systems who have been a part of this journey. I want to also thank PACE for introducing me to ethnic studies and the Filipinx community on and off campus. Last, but definitely not the least, thank you Kappa Psi Epsilon for being my home away from home and helping me discover a part of me that has always been missing. Kappas, how fly!
My life is interconnected to my ancestors, from family roots in Bulacan to the Bay Area. My friendships through undergrad at SF State brought me towards deeper connections to others and to myself, and to incredible and healing laughter. Postgrad and into my master's program, spaces like PEP and Kapwa Health Collective were transformative in my politic, helping me through grief and in critically caring for my people.
The PACE community has definitely been an important part in my college journey. All of the people I've met, the leadership teams I've been a part of have taught me the importance of a strong support system in college and people you can learn from. I would not be anywhere where I am today without these people.
The public health department at SF State played an important role in my college experience. I cannot thank my professors enough for pushing me to become a better, stronger, and more organized person. They have taught me a lot and have been so encouraging. I would also like to thank the HESA cabinet and my public health friends for being supportive and being there for me when things got tough.
First, I want to thank my parents and my family here in the US and the Philippines for their endless support. Thank you to two of my communities at SF State, Campus Recreation, and PACE. I'm grateful for a positive and supportive space like the Mashuf Wellness Center and will always carry the memories and skills I've learned. I'm forever thankful for PACE, where I learned more about myself and my community through internship. Shout out to Micah Pusos, PCN, and Ethnic Studies.
Now the time has come to introduce the graduating class of 2021.
Destin Mark Dela Cruz Abad. Bachelor of Arts in Asian American Studies, minor in Education.
Nathan Ryan Alarcio, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Giancarlo Lacanilao Baldonado, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, minor in Asian American Studies. Elijah Scott Buena, Bachelor of Art in Communication Studies, minor in Asian American Studies.
Janelle Victoria Cabanero, Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology. Denisha Kyle Padayao Calip, Bachelor of Science in Health Education, minor in Women's Health Issues. Julian Enojas Calliston, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology.
Tarek Alexander Lum Celeste, Bachelor of Science in Biology, concentration in Marine Biology and Limnology.
Ariel David, Bachelor of Arts in Apparel Design and Merchandising.
Lee De Castro de Guzman, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering.
Lene Ashley Tolentino Dumalo, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, minor in Asian American Studies and Special Education. Casey Connor Famasili, Bachelor of Science in Recreation, Parks and Tourism Administration, minor in Asian American Studies.
Sarah Angela B. Gorostiza, Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, minor in Asian American Studies. Geraldine Ariana Casilag Herrera, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Dante Jonathan Jacinto, Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies, minor in Asian American Studies.
Aaron Marvin Gaborny Japson, Bachelor of Arts in Cinema, minor in Asian American Studies. Alexis Jatomo, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, minor in Criminal Justice.
Larissa Page Lazaro, Bachelor of Science in Health Education, minor in Women's Health Issues. Kyle Lostica, Bachelor of Arts in Creative Writing, minor in Asian American Studies.
Eliza Marie Tesoro Madriaga, Bachelor of Science in Speech, Language, and Hearing Sciences, minor in Education and Special Education. Mary Lourdes Macinda Marti, Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management, minor in Business Administration.
Tyler Mercado, Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies, minor in Asian American Studies. Mikey Nur, Bachelors of Arts in Industrial Design.
Jasmine Mai Nui, Bachelor of Science in Health Education, emphasis in community-based public health. Sydney Taylor Cruz Nerona, Bachelor of Arts in Child, Adolescent, and Development with an emphasis in early childhood.
Jalen Casey Tabanero Ocampo, Bachelors of Arts in Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts, minor in Race and Resistance Studies.
Erica Claudette Olazo, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering.
Kayla Luvina Orpilla, Bachelors of Arts in Asian American Studies.
Hilary Ortiz Louise, Bachelor of Science in Dietetics, concentration Dietetics and Nutrition Science, minor in Queer Ethnic Studies. Kyle Pantaleon Panlilio, Bachelor of Arts in Cinematography.
Samantha Bautista Panopio, Bachelors of Arts in Broadcasting and Electronic Communication Arts. Angelica Gabrielle Cruz Pineda, Bachelor of Science in Recreation, Parks, and Tourism Administration.
Francis Salonga Pizarro, Bachelors of Science in Visual Communication Design. Nicole Rivera, Bachelor of Arts in Cinema, minor in Race and Resistance Studies.
Cian Andre Tahara Santos, Bachelors of Arts in Art, concentration in Studio Art, minor in Asian American Studies and Education. Marielle Galang Tan, Bachelor of Science in Health Education, minor in Women's Health Issues.
Alyssa Tolentino, Bachelor of Arts in Asian American Studies, minor in Public Health. Alana Jaden Ramos Torres, Bachelor of Arts in Asian American Studies, minor in Education and Race and Resistance.
Vivian Banayat Villanueva, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, concentration in Management. Certificate in Youth and Human Services, Nonprofit Administration.
Charles Wang, Bachelor of Science in Industrial Design. Jonathan Wong, Bachelor of Arts in Marketing.
Jarrett Zapata, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
Erin Rose Cruz, Master of Public Health in Community Health.
Francesca Delore, Master of Science in Counseling, College, Specialization. Erica Rachel Ordonia Dugay, Master of Public Health in Community Health Education.
Putting ceremony, I will be placing your hoods on you. But today I will ask you to physically place the hood on your own
Catherine
shoulder.
Marcos Mendoza, Master of Public Administration.
Joshua Montemayor, Master of Arts in Public Administration.
Eleanor Ann Soon Swanko, Master of Public Health in Community Health Education.
Tanya Yared, Master of Public Health in Community Health Education.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. Now, before we close it out, we would like to introduce you all to this year's FilGrad Director. Prior to FilGrad Board, he was involved in PACE's Spring 2018 Internship Program, Friendship Games Board, and as a core as an Activities Coordinator. This semester, his job as Director consisted of overseeing 8 people to support the execution of commencement, networking events, and fundraisers. Please welcome Casey Connor Famasili.
Hello everyone, my name is Casey Famasili and I'm this year's FilGrad Director.
I want to thank each and every one of you who have attended our virtual ceremony, whether you are here for a sibling, cousin, student, partner, or just out of curiosity on how a virtual FilGrad would be executed. Thank you. Thank you for celebrating with us. I know the loud screams and dancing in the gym couldn't happen this year, but I'm proud to see how our community has come together to continue this tradition. With that being said, this commencement would have not been possible without the help of our FilGrad board. FilGrad board is the student leadership team that have worked tirelessly to put on our virtual commencement along with their committees. So I'd like to thank each member one by one for their dedication and passion to make this day come to life here on YouTube. I'd like to start off with our committees, our Public Relations Committee, Estrelita Santos and Kyle Lostica, and our video editor, Jen Balahadia. And then I'll move over to our FilGrad board, starting off with our undergraduate representatives, Isabel Rosales and Venice Grippo, Logistics, Sarah Goristiza, Finance, Eliza Madriaga, Public Relations, Kayla Orpia, Aesthetics and Events, Alyssa Tolentino and Julian Calliston, and last but not least, our technician, Giancarlo Baldonado. Thank you, board, for an amazing last semester. Your creativity and commitment to this event is seen and greatly appreciated. It was not easy, but it definitely was in great hands with such a wonderful team of leaders. I also want to thank our speakers, Francis, Erica, and Dr. Arlene Daos-Magwal, for their time and for their words to our graduating class. We cannot forget our singers and poets, Nathan, Joseph, Jalen, and Nicole, for providing a piece of their talent for this celebration. The community support we have in the Filipinx community and at SF State is something that I'll forever cherish and be grateful for, not only in this moment, but throughout the 4 years I've attended SF State. Some people I've also met in college are two amazing individuals, our hosts, Theo Capulong and Justin Dionisio. Thank you both for participating in this year's commencement. You two are people who myself and other graduates have looked up to throughout college. And on behalf of the FilGrad board, we are grateful for you both to celebrate with us as our hosts. And to the class of 2021, whether I have known you since my first year, third year, or through a Zoom meeting, I want to thank you for your patience and for being here with each other. After today, continue to inspire your communities and to never forget what you have learned from these years at SF State. But most importantly, never forget the communities that have supported you along the way. As our theme is Pieces of Persistence, think about what you consider to be your piece, what sparks inspiration for you, or what you hope to achieve after today. There is no deadline to what you want to achieve, but it's the urge to start something you aspire to do. At the end of the day, it starts with you. I want to wish you all the best of luck on your future endeavors and hope to see y'all soon in person. So congratulations, class of 2021. I'll now pass it off to our amazing hosts who will now close it out for us. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, Casey. We would like to thank you all for coming to tonight's Filipinx graduation ceremony for the class of 2021.
Once again, my name is Roland Theo Capulong.
And my name is Justin Kyle Dionisio.
Congratulations to the class of 2021.
You did it. Not only you, but also your family. Have a great rest of your day.